So I've never been there, so tell me, like, what all do they have on the menu? Like, what do they got going?
Oh man, they got like coffee, iced, hot. They got tea, man. They got like cocktails too and beers. Yeah, a little bit of food. Alright, and we got Chopsticks and C2 coming onto the screen, the stream, the thing. Did we update the setup? I know McBee earlier was saying it was actually on 3.0.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yeah, just
we're
if N has to play,
we're in business.
switch it back. So you're gonna see Kirby and Joker here. I don't think I've seen Chopsticks before. Is he like a regular here?
I don't know. I haven't really seen him either. But
well, you know, Kirby players are definitely spread out far and few in between. You don't see that very often.
It's because Kirby kind of sucks. I mean, I don't know. He's like, he's got some good aspects to him, but his disadvantage can be kind of exploitable, and I'm sure we'll see C2, a well-seasoned player, take advantage of that a lot. Oh, we said down smash.
For sure.
Really shouldn't have worked.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Ooh.
so actually, oh wow. So I don't really know why C2 didn't counter there, because you can counter that pretty easily. But it doesn't matter, he's able to close that out anyway.
So I think for Kirby here, what's very important is you have to play in a very nimble style so that it's very hard to hit you. If you get a lead and you're crouching, like most characters, they can't grab you, they can't like hit you with most attacks. I know it's horrible for Wii Fit trainers.
That said, Joker, a lot of his moves, you know, kind of low to the ground, that F tilt, you know, he kind of...
There's that down tilt as well, which he just slides across.
Yeah, so you can kind of get those little pokes, so the crouch isn't quite as potent as it would be against some other characters of Joker's height. And Arsene out, of course. Kirby not the heaviest, not the lightest. He's actually heavier than he looks, but even so, with Arsene out, that's not going to make a whole lot of difference. He will be dying quite early, so he's definitely got to watch out when that blue flame comes on deck.
For sure, yeah. Arsene is definitely kind of Joker's win condition. I think Kirby, being as light as he is, could definitely eat like an F smash or something or a back air and just get exploded, but right now, he's gonna get that cool edge guard for.
See, that's the thing, Kirby. You know, he's got those jumps, but that that up B is kind of not the best, and in terms of like recovering safely. So you add that in with his sort of slowness in the air, and it doesn't exactly make for the most mix-upable recovery.
So I've seen Chopsticks has actually been doing a pretty good job of edge guarding C2, kind of keeping him.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of talking about C2's edge guards, but Chopsticks been doing just as well with these down airs, stuffing out that grappling hook.
Yeah, I think honestly, if he sucked him up with the down gun, that could definitely mess up Joker a lot off stage, because it's that's probably definitely one of his weaknesses. I think some characters it's easier to punish Arsene recovering than it is the grappling hook.
Yeah.
So we'll see how Chopsticks can deal with that.
I know one thing Kirby does have going for him here is that
that just drifted out a bit too far there, kind of scared of the back air.
Do you think, I felt like he had another jump or something, didn't he?
He'd used 2 of them up there before he drifted back, and then I think he had 2 more. I think he only has 4, right?
I don't know how many he has.
I don't either. How many does DD have?
I think DD has like 5, I thought.
Maybe I didn't see one then.
I don't know. Regardless, even if he had another one, he probably wouldn't have made it. Yeah. So, we've seen a lot of edge guarding. I think like pretty much every stock, except for maybe like one in that game, was all to edge guards, from both sides. Taking advantage of each other's, sort of linear recoveries to seal stocks earlier than should be, reasonable. It's kind of the nature of the matchup, I suppose.
So what do you think of this counter pick for Kirby? Why do you think he went to Yoshi's story?
That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know why, because to me, it kind of sounds like a worse idea. But, I don't know. Maybe he just likes having the platforms to land on more, instead of having to land with Kirby's sort of floatiness. Because landing with floaties is never a good time, right?
Absolutely not. Especially if the character, as mobile as Joker, just able to get around and kind of punish that. He has those hitboxes that are super fast that he can throw out.
But on the flip side, I know Joker has like a lot of platform combos and setups, So it's like, I wonder if it's worth it,
For sure. I think probably what he was just going for is he wanted to put Joker in a situation where it would be a bit harder to catch him. I think that's how Kirby wants to play, is just a
Probably. Ooh, but
But-
a good parry right there, roll behind and forward smash. Sealing that stock, and C2 still sitting pretty healthy at 76, with Arsene still on deck, tacking on the percent as fast as he can do it.
Yeah, definitely not in any super big danger of dying right now. He's just getting as much extra credit on this stock as he can. I think what's absolutely most important for Chopstick here is to try to seal out this stock, because he needs to not take too much of a deficit before he can kind of even up the stock count.
Right, but at the same time, you know, he can't be too impatient about it. I know he's got this deficit he needs to make up and everything, but the more he sort of pushes towards C2, the more he can get blown up for it, that counter and whatnot, just filling up Arsene, it's like, yeah, you gotta kind of let it come to you a little bit. And he does finally seal it out there, but not before taking a good bit of percent.
Absolutely, definitely is behind right now, and Joker gonna have at least one, if not two, Arsenes before the stock is over.
Yeah.
So it's really just on him to kind of put C2 into a situation where maybe he could get an early stock off of an edge guard, or just get some of that Kirby combos going. I don't really know what he has in this game, but I'm sure he can kind of do work.
Yeah.
And we have a Kirby sitting in grand finals at the side of it then.
Yeah. See, the thing is, this is something I kind of noticed about playing from deficits. Oh no,
Just
the
a bit too
invincibility
early on the down air.
I don't think it would have mattered because the Wings of Rebellion has invincibility on it through that segment.
The whole thing, or just startup?
Just, well, the part that he was like, I think basically the entirety of until he would have hit the ledge, I think he was pretty safe regardless.
Huh.
But what was I saying again? Oh yeah, playing from a deficit. I think like a lot of times good players, seasoned players like C2 will focus a lot when they have the lead on sort of just drawing it out as long as they can, because you really want the person with the deficit to approach, because that's the hard part, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because then you just get to play your defensive game, and you get to talk on even more percent while they're throwing out unsafe options to try to come back into the game.
Yeah, but at the same time, when I look at C2 as a player and as a person, I can kind of feel, in my heart that it's like, he has a tendency sometimes to get a little bit impatient when he has the lead like that.
Oh no! And just the same kind of thing.
Yeah, the edge guard.
As game one, he just was drifting back to try to avoid, the danger that Arsene presented there at the possible bear, but just a bit too far and kind of caused an SD.
Yeah.
Which,
so kind of what I was trying to say was like, and I like took the most convoluted way of saying it, but what I'm trying to convey is that like C2.
Okay.
Wait, what?